All right, you ready to see where we're at? Let's go. So we will start over here at the flower garden. My neighbors are super loud, I'm sorry. That's how they show their love, by yelling. So here we are at the annual flower garden, and you can see things are really starting to pop off. You can actually kind of tell that this gets more sun than that. So I'll give you a quick rundown of what is in here, at least what I can remember. These are the Alyssum over here. They smell really, really good, and eventually they do like blanket out if you plant enough of them. I may not have done that, but they are really pretty, and I just edged the bed with them in a couple of spots. And then, I'm not really too sure what happened to those two leaves, but you can see the snapdragons starting to branch off into multiple little branches, and I did pinch a lot of these as seedlings, so I think that you can see like this one I didn't pinch, but it's still branching at the bottom, and then this one I did pinch and it's branching kind of more overall. So based on that, I would say that I'll probably pinch from here on out, but we'll see how they flower and I'll make that decision later. I put in a bunch more snapdragons on the edge of the bed over there, and right here these are all marigolds. Those are probably getting ready to bloom. Let's check. Yep, got some early blooms coming up. Gosh, I hate to pull stuff like this. It's so cute. Maybe I won't, who knows. I'm gonna try to keep this thing weeded, at least for now. More snapdragons. And I have both bachelor buttons and straw flowers growing in here, and I'm not too sure if these are both the varieties of straw flowers I have or if one of them is bachelor button. I'm gonna have to see when they bloom. These are unfortunately one of the ones that the tags got mixed up on, and I was so cocky that I wouldn't do that. All the gardening channels are like, make sure you label everything. Don't unlabel anything even for a second. Did I listen? No. No, of course not. And these are all looking real healthy. Real happy, which makes me happy. This particular section is quite lovely. Look at that. Nice filled in Alyssum over here. It smells so good. I love it. And then these are more snapdragons. There's a couple of varieties, and again, I got them a little mixed up, so I think you can kind of tell. These are probably the dwarf variety, and I think these are the taller ones, so we'll see if a couple of them get lost. So this is kind of the benefit of using a low tunnel. It took a bit of work, but I wasn't able to go to a garden center to get plants, and I'm already off to quite a good start. They're all hardened off and acclimated. Their roots are deep. So I'm very happy with my decision. So we have some crazy ant issues in this yard. I don't know if they're issues or if it's not a big deal, but oh my God, there are so many ants. If you stick a shovel in, it's like ants everywhere. They don't appear to be damaging the plants yet. Yeah, I'm kind of keeping an eye on that because I'm not really sure if they will. So the sweet peas are not looking amazing. But they're not dead, and they're definitely growing quite a bit. Every day I come out here, there's more little branches and stuff, so I think that they'll make it. I hope so. I hope I get some blooms. These are the painted daisies that I started on March 1st. And then these are Johnny Jump Ups. Got a couple nasturtium, and they're going to look a little rough for a few weeks, but they'll be all right. This is a little container I have of herbs. It's supposed to be like a water retaining container. I grew beans in it last year, I believe. It did okay. A lot of these were just extra stuff I needed to get in somewhere. This is my lone bit of parsley that I managed to germinate. This right here, that is the lone rosemary that I was able to germinate. But yeah, I grew all of this from seed. Thyme, oregano, sage. The cilantro is looking pretty rough out here, but I have some that are in the shade of the porch and they're fine. But you can see it's growing back too. Did a little research, and this is from the cold. And I got some dill. We left this little patch of these little wild daisies. I haven't looked them up in my wildflower book yet, but I was curious what they are, so we left some up. And yeah. Screwed up again and forgot to close this the other night when it was pretty cool, but it looks like everything is fine anyway. Some bulbs that I didn't think were going to come up actually did right in the middle of my dahlia bed, so that's interesting. You can see some of the dahlias are starting to flower again, which I kept popping the flowers off of them because I wanted them to get taller. You can see they're starting to flower. I've never grown dahlias before, and certainly not from seeds, so I don't really know how to make these keep getting taller. I keep pinching the flowers, but... Oh, hey, bunny. Hi, buddy. I'm sorry, I'm in your yard, aren't I? This is my yard, actually. Yeah. She's gonna go in the other gate now. She's really funny. She just runs all over the neighborhood. So the nasturtiums are doing great in that little bit of shelter. And those are more of the flowers that I'm not sure which ones they are. And these are all Gladiolus. These guys look like they might need a little fertilizer, but they were just transplanted, and that will cause your plants to yellow a little bit, so I'm not going to panic too much. Here's the only dahlia tuber that I had. That's a tuber dahlia. I actually got a few more tubers, so I'm going to get to plant those this week. So I got these in the other day. These are delphinium that I grew from seed. These are columbines. And then we've got more of the... Actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure that this is bachelor's button and this is a straw flower. Of course, it gets sunny when I start filming. Cute little Johnny Jump Ups. That is the lavender that I germinated, and some more dill. Just popped those in because I needed to put them somewhere. Well, there is the first marigold bloom. Got a couple more coming. And there's more over that side. And there's more over here. Something I didn't find out until my later years of learning to garden was how important it was to plant flowers with your vegetables, and marigolds especially are great at warding off pests. And the snap peas are finally starting to reach out and try to grab onto stuff. And there's a little beet seed, little beet seedling right here. Here are some of the onions that I planted. I think I did just like red and yellow and white ones just mixed in because I've never grown onions before besides like, you know, scallions and stuff like that. But the kale is finally starting to fill in. Pretty excited about that. I wish the camera would really get the color of this lettuce because it's just insanely blood red. It's beautiful. She's like, get the fuck out of my yard, man. Hi. And here we get to the back of the yard, which is absolutely lovely right now. And I will take you in for a closer look at everything I've gotten in the ground. I found this lavender plant in my compost heap. I thought it was spent last year and it came back. So that's pretty great. What's up, bee? Oh, you're very loud. All right, homie, you do your thing. I'll go over here. Is it possible it's the same bee in my yard all the time? Because I really feel like it's the same bee. I need to come out and label these because I cannot remember what everything was, but I will put it on the screen. This is one of the perennials that I started in the milk jugs, as is that back there. I threw some random snapdragons in over there. So I've got another lavender plant. I want lots and lots of lavender. This bee, man. What do you want, bro? What do you want? You want to play? Like, I don't know how to play with a bee. The thyme patch is looking and smelling amazing. Holy crap. This thing definitely needed a cut back because it looks great right now. So over here we have some nasturtiums, and I know I said I was going to do just perennials in this garden, but I just needed to fill in some areas because a lot of the perennials aren't going to really flush out until next year. So this year I'll probably stuff a bunch of annuals that I have left over in between things in here just to fill in the garden space. So this is some sage, and that should overwinter here and come back. I did used to have sage over here. This actually started as an herb spiral, and the thyme one. More nasturtium. Every time I think there's a person watching me, it's always a friggin' squirrel. That's my neighbor's grapevine. It's actually very impressive. Hi. What, dude? So, got some chives. So I grew this and that one from seed this year. And then this little patch is from an overwintered pot that I started last year. So you can see the flowers starting on this one. They'll only do that on their second year. And the flowers are delicious. Oh, here is some oregano, and this was another thing that I overwintered from last year. Also pretty sure the rabbit digs these out. Thyme from last year, and this one's really pretty. It's variegated. Got quite a few times last year, so I'm not entirely sure which ones these tags are supposed to be attached to, but this is another one that I almost gave up on. I thought it was dead, but it's coming back. These are perennials from Mike's parents. They're cone flowers, so those will be nice and pretty and probably pretty big. Working on a little stone cut through over here so that I can reach into the middle. Didn't mow over here because it was really pretty, and this is all clover. And I didn't want to mess that up. I just think it's such a pretty natural mix of stuff in this yard. Okay, anyway, focus. All right. We're started in the milk jugs. So I've got a little bit of space right here that I can probably put something smaller in because this plant will be pretty large and so will that one. So I'll probably do something smaller around here, and then the blueberry bushes are going to be pretty small for a while, so I don't have to worry about those too much. Like, can you even stand it? It's so pretty. So here and here I have, I believe they're Tithonia Mexican sunflowers. People use the common names for a couple different plants. So my friend Brooke dug these up for me last year, and they are big, beautiful orange flowers. I'm very excited to see them in their full glory this year because that is already 3 times the size of the plant from last year. And then this old stump is where I kind of leave all the cool wood and bones that I find in the yard. And yes, I do find bones quite a bit. These I can guarantee were dug out of my yard because they look just like the stone that I hit the other day trying to dig the garden. This is one of the unwanted maple trees that I am stuck with because boomers sure loved those things, so they're in every yard in the Northeast. All of the white violets have faded and the purple ones are all taking their turn now. So these are some more lilies that I moved over here this year, so they shouldn't get too crazy until next year. And I've just been leaving all the big stones I can find here because we were having some like erosion coming down. You can see how there's a big gap between the fence and the dirt, and I think that's just because it's over the years just slid down. And I think that this mound was built with rocks because if you dig down under it, there's like rocks under there intentionally to slope the garden up. That is lemon balm. And this is all mint right here. I put all these violets here when I dug up this garden. I actually just took a big patch of them like they were sod and just slapped them right here, and they rooted right away. So here are the beautiful ferns that grow in my yard. They're coming to life like crazy right now. More lemon balm. Some of the coleus that I started. Lilies. This is a poppy. More lemon balm. Hosta. This is an Esteeled lemon balm. Coleus. More ferns. This is the other poppy. Lilies. Hosta. Those are foxglove. Don't know if those will grow or not. We'll see. And if anybody knows what that is, let me know. It's pretty cute. Looks like a sedum, kind of, but I'm not sure. And then right next to it is some surprise parsley. And I don't know where that came from, but glad to see it. The lemon balm is just so insanely beautiful. I can't even take it, and it's all over my yard and I don't care. There's a couple little lilies here and there that I got at Aldi. I love this little patch here. It's so pretty. Over to the junk pile that we got to get rid of. More ferns. Actually found a different kind of fern the other day too. Look at that guy. How cute is that? And then I love these guys too. We are pretty sure that she is living in here. Okay, Mike's home. We'll see if he just locked me out. He always locks me out when he comes home. Yo, look at this lemon balm. Like, what? Get out of here because I got mosquito bit like crazy yesterday. Here is one of the rose bushes I'm working on reviving. It's looking really good. Last year it did make a couple roses, so might get a few flowers this year. We'll see. But yeah, that's the big yard. It's coming along really nice. I'll show you the front real quick and we'll be done. These are the flower pots that I did in the last vlog. So they're looking really lush right now. It's kind of a survival of the fittest in here to see who makes it. I'm surprised the bunny hasn't found the kale yet. I wouldn't even mind if she did. So hostas are coming in. Got some flowers over here. I'll try to put it up on the screen what all of these are because I do need to come out and tag them anyway, and that'll come in handy later. Got another hosta. I came in and I chopped back the lilies and pulled some out so that this could get more sun, and it's already looking way happy. It's already way bigger than it was the other day. Same with this over here. I kind of hacked that away to let this come in a little bit more. And this Hosta's definitely flushing out. These are just a couple forlorn snapdragons. They probably won't actually make it, but it's okay. This little bunny, Foo-Foo, needs to quit digging up my garden. And then this over here, I tried to move some of these out of the way too, because I'm really trying to let that get a little bit bigger. This is a salvia. It's really pretty. Look at the little bunny hops. Yeah, we moved Buddha over there because he was getting swallowed. I think my light doesn't work anymore. I'm gonna have to get another one. These are the hostas that I was planting in the last vlog, so they've come in really nice. And I've started working on cleaning up back here. I don't think I showed it, but all of these windows were stacked against that tree and they all fell down and smashed over the winter, so I had to clean up like 40 pounds of glass. It was not fun. I'm going to take some of these that have had the glass taken out of them and make some trellises and stuff like that with them. But the rest of them we're going to try to get rid of as soon as we can, because it's too much, man. And this, my friends, is the problem area. So this is going to be a lot of work this year. I got like a table over here, a bunch of crap my neighbor left. So we got to get rid of all this shit. You can only get rid of 2 bulky items at a time, so it's gonna be a whole process. Oop, left these out. Oops. I knew it. Not sure if these little pansies are ever gonna make it. None of them are blooming, not the ones down there or up here, but we'll see. My catnip took a little bit of a beating the other day. That one's looking a little better. This needs to be harvested and replanted. I need to get on that. Probably do that tonight. And these look really nice too. I can probably pop these out and start some new ones. This is like one thick head of lettuce. She's thick. Some more chive flowers starting. Pretty pumped. And yeah, it's getting real nice to sit up here and survey my little kingdom. Queendom. Survey my queendom. I've got all the tomatoes in the house today, but the basil has been doing okay in here despite it being a little cool for it. Ooh, I gotta plant that. That's a cucumber. That was not supposed to be in there for that long. Whoopsie. Some more herbs in here. I'm probably gonna put these in a pot up here so that they're easy to get to.